All right. Hey guys, I'm Tori, and as you guys can see, today we're going to be talking about college freshman advice. Now, if you're anything like me, you could be way past your freshman year and still watch freshman videos just to see if the advice is valid. But hopefully, you are incoming freshmen, possibly class of 2026, specifically at my school, Oral Roberts University, because if you are, this advice is for you. I'm going to be giving general freshman advice, but to be honest, most of it is very specific to Oral Roberts University because it's a Christian private university. So, some of the things that we do here are a little bit different, and just like our worldview is a little bit different compared to a lot of public universities. So, I got my notes here. I got 10 things that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. Hopefully it resonates. I prayed about it. I did research by watching other people's videos. Very hard research. But yeah. Okay, let's just get into this, right? Okay. So number one, and this is so important. I'm going to try not to go on and on and on about each one of these, but I wrote a lot of notes. So bear with me. The first piece of advice is decide who you want to be before you come to college. Decide your boundaries, your values, how you will and will not be treated, how you will carry yourself, the kind of people that you want to be friends with, all of that. Decide it before you come to school. I would just say this is really important because, college is a time of growth and adulting and figuring out who you want to be, how you want to live your life, figuring out your purpose and your goals and all that good stuff, right? So it's a lot of change, a lot of growth. And if you're not careful, it's very easy to, put aside your values, put aside your boundaries because you're like, oh, I'm getting older, I'm trying new things, which is fine. Try new things. Now is the time to do it. College is definitely the time to try new things, but you want to be careful because you don't want to forget who you are. You don't want to forget who you are, where you come from, who you serve. The God that we serve, you don't want to forget that. So I just think it's important, you don't have to write it down or nothing, but just before you get to school, I would say figure out in your mind who you want to be, how you want to carry yourself, the things that you will and won't accept. Number two, be open to all that the Lord will show you. So I'm not sure if those of you who are watching have ever been to a quest day or who have ever been on campus, but something that we stress here a lot is that God is going to move. God is going to speak. You will learn new things about yourself, about life, about your purpose, about your calling, about your gifts and your talents and all that. So the Lord is going to show you things that you might not have ever noticed about yourself. And he literally might take you on a completely different path than what you had expected. I had a friend who was a business major. They ended up changing to a psychology major because they knew that that's where the Lord was calling them. I personally am a cinema, television, and digital media major, and the Lord didn't change my path, but he solidified it. So I knew that that was something that I wanted to go into, but it was also okay, I've been doing this my whole life. This is something that I'm interested in, so let's give it a shot. And I'm doing it, and I love it, and this is the only thing that I want to do for the rest of my life. Make entertainment that glorifies the Lord. But yeah, he might show you something that you didn't know was there, and just be willing, be flexible. I wrote, you're going to be tried and tested, but know that it's all for your good. So be willing, be flexible, be movable, and don't be afraid. Those are really good pieces of advice. And the whole don't be afraid, y'all, I think I'm going to talk about that a little bit more later, but that is so key, so key. Number three, roommate conflicts. So I'm just going to read what I wrote and then I'm going to talk about it. So I said, when you have issues with your roommate, don't settle for an awkward or tense or struggling relationship. God put y'all together for a reason, and handling conflict with your roommate is a good way to practice adulting and fighting for what or who you love. So I want to talk about a piece of advice that my roommate last year, her mom gave us when we were having issues, because issues with your roommate are inevitable. So if you have an issue with your roommate, don't freak out. It's nothing wrong with y'all. It's a new person that you're living with for the first time. There's bound to be issues, but that's okay. As long as you work them out, don't stay stuck. So what her mom told us was basically when two people were supposed to be together, there's going to be a lot of conflict trying to separate them because the devil's afraid of what would happen if y'all were united, you stuck together, you walked in purpose together, you uplifted each other. So the devil's going to try to attack things that threaten him. So you and your roommate being together might be a union that threatens the devil. So if y'all are having a lot of issues, that's just because he doesn't want y'all to be together. So don't let him win. Don't let him win. Find peaceful ground, talk it out. Something about me is I don't like confrontation at all, y'all. But this year, or the past year, I had to learn that confrontation doesn't have to be scary. It doesn't have to involve an argument. It's just talking things out, confronting a situation so that it doesn't just continue to like linger, because that's not cute. So fight for your roommate. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, if you have roommate issues, squash it. Fight for your roommate. I know a lot of people say, whatever, like, you know, you can just move on next semester and next year. But no, I'm saying fight for your roommate. Fight for that relationship. Because your roommate, that could be your person. That could be, you know, your best friend. That could be your sister, your brother, your confidant. Like, that could be your person. So fight for the relationship. Number 4, come out of your room. Please don't stay in your room, especially your freshman year, okay? If you want to be in your room, your junior and senior year, fine. You're grinding, you're focusing on getting your degree, you're focusing on studying and all that, that's fine. Still come out, but that's fine. But your freshman year, please don't stay in your room. Your freshman year is the year where you kind of like solidify your friend group, you solidify the activities that you're going to be in, you get a taste of the school and all that they have to offer. And if you're not participating in all that your school has to offer, you might feel like, I don't like it here, they don't got nothing for me. But that's because you're staying in your room when all the fun and all the memories are outside. Yes, me and my roommate had a bunch of good laughs and dances and whatever in our room. But there's plenty of time for that. Go out, make friends, meet people, join clubs, do activities. Like ORU, we have like a lot of activities all the time, like karaoke nights, dance parties. Yes, we have dance parties. You should definitely look forward to that. I will definitely be there, so we can, you know, break down, do a little Just Dance remix or whatever. But yes, come out of your room, because that is the place where you will really decide, like, okay, this is my home. At least for the next 9 months and for hopefully the next 4 years. So come out of your room. Number 5, and this was so important for me, guys, so important for me. Find your place on campus. Find a secret place on campus that just you and yourself know about, okay? So I put, find a secret place on campus where you can go to be alone, to unwind, to cry, to pray, to calm down, to relax. Just you, your safe space. Now, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie. My freshman year was actually like the best year of my life, but it was also the hardest year of my life. And the only way that those two things can go together is by the grace of God, because he gave me a peace far beyond understanding and a joy beyond my circumstances. But I needed that place. I needed that secret place. And like for me back home and in my new house, because I just moved, I find a place that I can make my own. So back home in California, where I'm from, it was my bathroom. I'm not necessarily sure why that was my place, but it just was. And now in my new house, it's my garage. I have to find a place that can be my own, that I can sing as loudly as I want to, that I can pray to God, that I could talk to Jesus just freely without people being like, Tori, who are you talking to? And just be alone, be with myself. So find that place on campus. I can't tell you guys where my secret place was because it wouldn't be a secret anymore. But what I will say is that the prayer tower is an amazing place to start. When I wanted a secret place, but like not going to that secret place, I definitely went to the prayer tower a lot, because there's like separate prayer rooms. And I remember one time I literally went in there just to take a nap, because I wanted to, like, I was so overwhelmed and so drained that I wanted to take a nap, but I didn't want to be in my room. I just wanted to be like in the prayer tower surrounded by worship music and air conditioning and just be alone, like in the presence of the Lord. And like that was my place, and that got me through, like being able to sometimes separate myself from my friends and just from like all the noise, all the distractions, and just be alone with myself. Like that got me through. Highly suggest everybody finds their place on campus, just you, yourself, and the Lord. That's it. Okay, I'm actually going through this quicker than I thought. Okay, number 6, create an environment that encourages you to study. Okay, so this is so important because, first of all, college is all fun and games, but at the end of the day, you do have to study and you do need to pass some classes and you do need to do well on your midterms and your finals. So for me, what me and my friends did, especially with midterms and finals coming up, we would study for our classes that we had separately, individually, like on our own time, and just however you study, flashcards, Quizlet, just reading your notes, rewriting your notes, whatever you do. And then for the classes that we had together, we would create Quizlets and we would do like Quizlet games, like speed rounds together. And that was really fun. It encouraged all of us to study, to like help each other out. Like I remember we would sometimes like come up with like acronyms for terms that we couldn't remember. And we just, feed off of each other. And also when you're all together, it just like, I'm not the kind of girl who likes to study, who enjoys it, but I do it. And so when you're with your friends, it just makes it 10 times better. So, do what you need to do. If you need to have snacks, if you need to have a little instrumental Beethoven in the background, whatever you need to do to like encourage yourself to study, like create that environment, because you need to hold yourself accountable, first of all, but also when you're doing it with friends, it keeps your friends accountable as well. So, yeah. Take care of yourself. Number 7. Okay, so for me, like I mentioned earlier, I'm from Southern California, where the weather is perfect all the time, basically. And then I moved here to Tulsa for school, and I'm not sure if it was like the change in the weather or, I don't know, I wasn't like getting home cooked meals where my mom would cook like vegetables every day. Like I was on my own. I really wasn't, I'm not gonna lie, I was not eating very good. And it's cold and it's humid and allergies and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I was getting sick so often my freshman year, so often. Like I honestly want to say that I was sick probably like every 2 weeks. Like I had a cold or like a stuffy nose or like, girl, at one point I was just, I was going through it. So take care of yourself. Or you already pushes, whole person education, mind, body, and soul. So make sure you're not just taking care of, your physical health, but also your mental health. Just whatever that means for you. Just take a break, guys. Don't overwork yourself. Make time for you and Jesus. I keep pushing this make time for you and Jesus because that is what got me through these private moments with Jesus. Like I would be stressed out. Like, oh my gosh, I remember I had a final due and it was a video and I wasn't sure if I was going to finish it by the deadline, and I was crying and I had to stop myself and I was like, okay, let's get ourselves together. I prayed to Jesus. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I need you to pray for me because I can't do this. And I prayed and then I started grinding, and guess what? That was the best video I've ever produced and I got an A. So the point is, take care of yourself physically, mentally, eat healthy, work out, which you're going to have to. You're going to have to with them 10,000 steps a day. You're going to get that workout in, but just take care of yourself and manage your stress. All right. I think we're on 8, right? Okay, 8. So this one kind of goes along with another piece of advice when I was saying, figure out who you want to be before you get to school. Figure out boundaries and create those boundaries and, your values and things before you get to school. But this goes with it. So this is number 8, and it's learn how to say no to things. Okay, so like I said, along with creating personal boundaries, I think it's also important to learn when to say no to going certain places, doing certain things, taking on certain responsibilities, and allowing certain people in your life. So this can just mean a whole bunch of things. It's not always, crazy extreme things that you have to say no to, but just like knowing when not to take on a certain job or a certain responsibility, because to be honest, you can't really juggle it right now on your schedule, and that's okay. Or the obvious things, like somebody's like, hey, like let's go to the movies, and you're like, ooh, I have a test tomorrow that I need to study for, and it's like, gotta say no, because at the end of the day, them grades are more important than going to see the movies, right? And like, you will have time to balance having fun and also taking care of what you need to take care of. So take care of your responsibilities first so that you could get so you can go have fun with your friends later and you won't feel stressed. Because y'all, even if I go out when I have something to do, I cannot even enjoy myself because the whole time I'm stressing about the work that I got to do when I get back. And I'm sure some of y'all can relate. So just don't even do it to yourselves and just get your work done before you go and have fun. And it's so much easier said than done. I know. It is so much easier said than done, but just do it. I promise it will make your life so much easier if you say no to things, get your work done, stay on top of yourself, and again, later. Okay, so number 9, capture memories. So I put take pictures, take videos. You're gonna want them, make memories, because college could be one of the best times of your life, and you're gonna want to look back at it. My summer break is 4 months. So if you're about to come to ORU, I should be saying our summer break is 4 months. So that's a long time. And something about me is that I remember in high school, I kind of have always been the kind of person who was like, okay, 1 month is good enough for me. I'm ready to go back to school. But in college, it's like 2 weeks is good enough for me. I'm ready to go back to school. I miss my people. I miss the independence. I miss just my school. I'm obsessed with ORU. Like, you guys will find that out. But I love ORU so much. But literally, it was like 2 weeks into summer break, and I was like, I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to go back immediately. So those pictures and those videos that I took, like, those saved me, because whenever I was sad, whenever I was missing my friends, FaceTime is definitely a thing, texting's definitely a thing, but there's just nothing like having that video to look back on, and those pictures, and just, showing your friends back home, showing your family, reminiscing. Guys, take pictures and take videos. Like, you will not regret it. I used to be one of those people who, like, my friends used to call me a mom because I was always taking pictures of them, always taking videos of them. But now they always be texting me like, hey, Tori, can you send me that video from that one day, and I'm like, I sure can, but like, okay. And my last piece of advice, man, guys, there's honestly so much advice I can give. So I'm gonna stop here, because this is already number 10, but there's so much advice. And if you guys want more advice, let me know, because I will definitely do a part 2 if that is the case. But my last piece of advice is to find a mentor, okay? So find someone older that you can confide in, that you can seek guidance and advice from, who will be your friend, but will also, like, take you under their wing to help you along the way. For me, I feel like this person for me was my chaplain. Shout out to Ashley. You guys will be getting an RA, a chaplain, and a peer success coach on each of your floors. So it's kind of like a built-in mentor that you can always go to, but it doesn't have to be, someone on your floor. It could be someone else that you meet throughout the year. But I would just say, like, find someone older than you, find someone who gives good, godly advice, and it just has like a understanding heart, who has a listening ear that you can just go to and express yourself to, because freshman year, your first year of being on your own, your first year of adulting, it's going to be a lot to adjust to. Yeah, that's correct. It's going to be a lot to adjust to. But if you have people in your corner, if you find your people, sorry, it really won't be too difficult. And actually, for those of you guys who are class of 2026, then I'll probably be seeing your face actually in like a few months, because today's August 2nd when I'm filming this. So yeah, I'll be seeing you in a few weeks, and I'm so excited. But yeah, I know I'm only a sophomore, so I'm not too much older than y'all. But if you need a girl to talk to, I am here. I'm always here. You guys will know where to find me, because I'm always out and about. But yeah, that's it, guys. We got through this list fast. And I hope that resonated with y'all. I hope you guys feel a little bit more confident about your freshman year at ORU. We're so excited to have you guys. It's gonna be good. For us, like, I would say there's not really too much of a divide between, like, the classes. So, seniors be chilling with the freshmen and vice versa, and we're all there to help and love on you and welcome you to the ORU family. Welcome to the family, guys. Like I said, we're happy to have you, and I'm so excited for you guys to experience just the goodness that God has at ORU, because I'm not sure if you can tell by what I've already been saying, but you'll probably be able to tell in some other videos that I do. But I have been so blessed by this place. I call it my promised land, and it really has been a place where God has just fulfilled so many of my promises, and I believe that he's going to do the same thing for y'all. So I'm not going to keep rambling on, but yeah, guys, I will see you soon. Bye.